continuously making one step forward, closer and closer to him, but it also is going to hold yourself accountable beyond comfort, because comfort will try. It is Saturday. Make sure you having a great Saturday. You know I am. And I figured I haven't got this video out. I need to break bread with y'all. RIGOR, a sudden feeling of cold with shivering accompanied by a rise in temperature, often copious sweating, especially at the onset or height of a fever. So discipline is love in action. Your discipline you must fall in love with, because it's going to show the level through your action. See, having this discipline will allow you to not only continuously progress along with the goals you set out in place, continuously making one step forward, closer and closer to them, but it also is going to hold yourself accountable beyond comfort, because comfort will try. All right. Comfort will try to get itself in there, try to slow you down some way, somehow, try to get it where you're basically allowing things to slide, basically allowing things to be like, you know what? It's okay if I not do this, or it's okay if I not do that. But we're not going to let that happen, are we? Of course not. We are not going to allow that to fester into something bigger, because your rigor is in your control. Your rigor is ultimately your consistent barrier of how far to go and not go past that, because you always need to demand more from yourself. As you get better, because it doesn't get harder, you get better. You must continuously find the rigor in demanding more for yourself as you climb, so you don't plateau. And when you do plateau, that is just a clear-cut sign that you need to pivot, strengthen your rigor, so that you're able to proceed forward. And I believe a telltale sign of that your rigor is moving in the correct direction is when other people is like, yo, that is insane, the amount of work you're able to get done. That is insane, the amount of tasks you are consistently completing. That's how you know you're consistently outside of your comfort zone to a level to where you're able to grow. See, because I believe you got comfort, you got uncomfortable. And that range of uncomfortable, at the top of that uncomfortable, where you're really like in the unknown of uncomfort, that's where all the growth happens. A lot of the world get it mistaken where they believe just being uncomfortable in a situation that you'll grow, which is true, but we want to grow effectively, efficiently, progressing forward, figuring out all ways to do such a thing. And knowing your rigor and continuously making it a priority will allow you to have such a reality. And don't let that go over your head. Don't let that go over your head. So it's day 152 of 365, being sober, and we are in the flow. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The desire, all that is out the window. The temptation, it happens, but I've turned it down so many times where we are in the flow on just getting better. The flow on progressing forward. The flow on doing so much each day, where when you find the finite amount of time to still put in that extra 10%, go past your barrier, it's so crucial. It's so beautifully felt. And sleep actually has hit more than ever before, like within these last 2 weeks. Because I'm pushing myself more and more and more. Once something get easier, I stack onto it. When I go through an obstacle, I figure out a way through it. And then I do more and more and more, to the point where we are in flow. That's the beautiful thing, finding a way. Currently, I'm way out here in a suburb out here in Cali, but again, finding a way. That's all we're gonna continuously do, is find a way to get her done. Finding my rigor and adding to it. Along with the sobriety journey, if you wanna start your journey, I got an ebook that can kickstart it for you by going to the link in the bio, putting your name or number, and blah, sent to you faster than grease lightning. Now last, but never ever least, it's another day posting on YouTube every single day to 1,000 subscribers is a mass. I will continue to do that. I will continuously find ways to be as effective as I can and take my time and figure out ways, even when events go on, even when I got to show face at important events, to make it a priority to make sure you guys get a video up until that 1,000 subscribers is amassed. And then we going straight vlogging, all right? To the day in the lives, just getting this, getting that, through weeks, figuring it out. We're gonna find a way to continuously give y'all an experience while adding value. Because at the end of the day, if you're not liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, you're wrong. But ultimately, just giving me your time speaks volumes. So that being said, hopefully your Saturday's been great. My Saturday has been swell, celebrating one of my brother's birthday. It's a big milestone. He turned 16. So when they're younger, these are the vital years you want to make sure you're showing face. All right, not just with words, but with action. I got another brother out in New York. He's 21. Make sure I show face. I can't wait to see him this year when he turns 22. I'm gonna be there in the flesh. I know when you're in the military, it makes it a little difficult, but when you're out, you gotta find a way to be there in the present for the people that matter, the people that's coming up, because I remember that feeling when somebody wasn't there for me that I wanted to be. So when I got the opportunity to bless my little brothers, I'm gonna do that. And that being said, shoot, I got twin cousins' birthday coming up in a few days. They younger, they like 4. So a phone call still works. But not too much longer. I'm gonna need to be there in the flesh as well. So regardless, continuously find a way to have your rigor on a point and progressing along and finding the unknown or comfort so you can continuously progress along in life. And at the end of the day, never, ever, ever forget, it's another day to get a W, and it's another day to be great.